Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here, back with another part of What If Naruto was separated from his family. Today is going to be a single upload because I'm tired. I just got done with my exam and yeah, I'm not feeling that well either because last night I pulled an all-nighter. So yeah, just because I didn't want to miss regular upload, so yeah, that's why I thought I will upload today. And if you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's continue our story. Time skip 5 years later. It has been almost 7 years now since the incident happened. Konohagakure have recovered from the raid. Although slowly, investors have returned and once again made contracts to hire ninja from Konoha to do work. 2 years after the raid, Kumo and Iwa raid. The Uchiha clan almost tore the village apart into a civil war. They did not like the treatment they were receiving. Those who had knowledge about Tail Beast still blamed the Uchiha for the Kyuubi's rampage almost 6 years ago. The hatred towards them increased after the consecutive attacks the village received after the raid. With the whole clan backing him, Fugaku planned and taking over the leave. The Hokage somewhat found about the Uchiha's coup d'etat. Thanks to Shisui Uchiha, who wanted peace, he managed to avoid civil war by peaceful means. Sarutobi offered Fugaku a higher place in the village and made a public announcement about that Uchiha clan, making up a story and telling the villagers that the Uchiha clan was a clan who loved the village and did everything they can to protect it, that the Kyuubi incident was only an accident and were not caused by them. After that declaration, the villagers were no longer hostile towards the Uchiha and started to become friendlier with them once again. Fugaku and his kinsmen were satisfied with this and forgave the people of their actions and attitude towards them. 2 years ago, the elders Shimura Danzo, Mitokado Hamura, and Utatane Koharu finally woke up from their 5 years comatose state. When they found out about the following attacks after they were put to coma, they were horrified, and the news and the events that followed. Danzo was angered and demanded Sarutobi to declare war against Kumo and Iwa. Sarutobi managed to diffuse the tension and informed them that he had been doing his best by blackmailing the two village leaders. After some convincing and giving black news, the Hokage managed to steal Kumo and Iwa's contractors and had them ask work from Konoha instead. Although pleased with this, the three were annoyed with the fact that they can no longer sleep, no matter how or what they do. Whenever they took sleeping pills, they just simply got major headaches. The same effect happened when they tried forced sleeping jutsu on themselves. The Hokage was very confident of the blackmailing that he did not even consider, thinking that he might have angered the Tsuchikage and Raikage, in which of course he has successfully done. On the first 3 years of receiving blackmail from the Hokage, the Kumo and Iwa leaders tried their best to ignore the letters and forgave the old monkey. When Saru finished finally pulling their limit, Oniki and A made a secret meeting, and after a years of negotiation and trash talking, the two finally came to an agreement, with Kiri following a few months after the civil war. As of now, Kumo, Iwa, and Kiri are in secret alliance. Their plan was to attack and destroy Konoha in the coming Chunin exams. Unknown to the two male leaders, they were not the only ones planning to make a move against the leaf during the same exams. The civil war in Kiri ended 3 years ago. The bloodline faction of course won. Uzumaki Mei, or Terumi Mei, as known Uzumaki's known her, became the Godaime Mizukage. A week after the war, it was then revealed that the Yondai Mizukage had been under the influence of a genjutsu, and more specifically, an Uchiha genjutsu. The news about an Uchiha causing war in Kiri traveled throughout the elemental nations quickly. Upon learning this news, the Mizukage received an invitation from both Tsuchikage and Raikage proposing an alliance to destroy Konoha for their crimes. The people of Kiri wanted to wage war against Konoha when they were informed about the Yondai Mizukage being controlled, but they couldn't do anything about it as they suffered heavy losses due to the civil war. When Mei told her village about Kumo and Iwa's proposed alliance, they immediately agreed to it and actually pleased their Mizukage to accept the offer. With the Godam leadership, Kiri was back to its feet in less than 2 years. Now that the Chunin exams were coming, the Kumo-Iwa-Kiri alliance was now making final preparations for Konoha's supposed destruction. Sarutobi never, however, imagined that villages will gang up against the leaf. The Hokage had been planning to use the Chunin exams to their advantage to attack or attract more customers and people who will hire Leaf Nin, since Konoha will be hosting this year's Chunin exams. He asked the Jonin senseis to train their to be students hard in the coming month before the said event. The year's graduations batch, most consistently of the clan heirs and prodigies, Sardobi had been keeping a close eye on the 9 of them and already planned their team assignments. This year graduating batch consisted of Uchiha Sasame, daughter of the Uchiha clan head, a prodigy of the year's batch. Although one of the two Yaganin, her skill are almost on par to a low-level tuning. Her teammates will be the Inuzuka clan heir, Kiba, and the heir of the Aberame clan, Shino, another prodigy. The next team consisted of the Yuga heir, Neji, the daughter of Konoha's weapon master, Tenten, and the daughter of the civilian council representative, Haruno Sakura. Neji was also a prodigy, that is a rival of Uchiha Sasame. He too had the skill that can match a low-level Chunin. Sasame and Neji tried and tied at the Rookie of the Year. Tenten was a weapon mistress and also took her training seriously. Sakura was a bookworm and was the second highest girl in their batch with the brains. The next team was the next generation of Inoshikacho trio. No need for an explanation for that. Hokage office, Kakashi. You will be the Jonin sensei of this year's Team 7 since you wield the Sharingan. I'm putting Uchiha Sasame in your team. The other two will be Inuzuka Kiba and Aburame Shino. Oh, the Uchiha prodigy. I hear she's a stuck-up, arrogant little shit. The silver-haired Jonin said, still keeping eyes on his porn book. Never let Fugaku hear you say that. Although I must agree with you, that girl's a brat. I wish them luck on their bell test, though. Sardobi said, while chuckling to himself. He took his pipe and puffed smoke before continuing. Guy, you will be the other prodigy's Jonin-sensei. You will have Hyuga Neji on your team. The other two members will be Tenten and Sakura. You will be Team 9. Asuma, you will be the Jonin sensei of this generation's Inoshikacho trio. You will be Team 10. That's all. I wish them all luck. I hope they all pass the bell test. Any questions? Asked the Hokage. Said Asuma. Pops, you skipped Team 8. Oh, don't worry about Team 8. Sardobi said as he stood up from his desk and faced the window and puffed smoke from his pipe. I already have members and a Johnny sensei in mind. Team 8 will be special credited as a backup for tuning exams. This member will be composed of Root Anbu, while their sensei will be Yuhi Kurenai, whom I will be promoting to Jonin next week. Do not tell her anything about this meeting. Dismissed. Uzushio Gakure. It has been 5 years since the family discovered Naruto having the Mokitan bloodline. That incident was dubbed as Naruto's first morning wood. That earned laughs to the elders. Naruto's batch is currently on their 7th year in the academy, meaning they will be taking their graduation exams. Go on an A-rank mission since their batch consisted of prodigies. The Uzukage and the council have decided to send their batch to an S-rank mission. During their academy days, Naruto and his classmates learned extreme chakra control exercises, ninjutsu, medical ninjutsu, elemental manipulations, weapon mastery, kanjutsu, taijutsu, summoning, and collaboration techniques. They were also put into situations where they had to learn to immediately devise a plan, choose the right decisions right on the spot, such as life or death situations. They were also trained into the art of the shadow, where they performed assassinations, infiltrations, and extreme stealth in broad daylight and open areas. Naruto's level was currently on par with a Jonin on normal standards. During his time in the academy, he mastered his created sword style, the Dance of Six Deaths, created 3 S-rank jutsus, added elemental manipulations to the Rasengan, and mastered the Harashin. His Harashin no Jutsu created an orange flash that gave him another title, the Orange Maelstrom. With the help of the storm operative named Tenzo, Naruto also learned to use his Mokitan bloodline. Tenzo was created in one of Orochimaru's previous base in Konoha. Without the Snake-san knowing, Danzo Shimura broke into his lab and nurtured kidnapping babies and implemented Hashirama Senju's DNA in them. Eventually, Danzo destroyed the laboratory when he found out that the experiments died. Though the orders of the previous Uzukage, who were friends with the Orochimaru, storm operatives went to the lab and found one survivor. Under the care of Tsunade, Tenzo was raised up and eventually joined the storm at the age of 13. Nobody else knew about the boy's Mokitan ability, aside the Uzukage's family and all storm operatives. Naruto can now call upon his powers of wood release without losing his concentration or connection with Kurama. Thanks to the scrolls the storm recovered during the second to the last raid, his abilities with the Mokitan was now better than Tenzo. Since Naruto had the Mokitan naturally, he was also able to produce and control wood easily compared to the storm. At the age of 12, Naruto now stood 5 feet tall. His long blonde hair was tied in a ponytail while his 2 bangs hung freely in front of his face, making him look very much hard for the girls. He now wore a white long coat and orange foxes and fire on the bottom of it. On the inside, he wore black long sleeves and a dark blue vest with the symbol of the Uzumaki clan in the middle. On the bottom part, he wore a dark blue combat pants with lots of pockets, and lastly, a black combat boots that can transform into a short sword when channeled with chakra. During his third year, Naruto met a blonde teenager named Deidara. The teen declared to everyone in Uzu that he was his proud sensei. Deidara taught Naruto in arts of explosion. Before Naruto met Deidara, he was a member of Akatsuki and helped overthrowing Hanzo, the salamander. He finally got information about his students after he gained Nagato's trust. After 3 years of apprenticing Naruto, Deidara returned to Ame, or the third city, and now again took his position as a member of the Akatsuki. Naruto has in his arsenal the paper jutsu. Conan taught him the bombing techniques Deidara taught him, and the Foxfire Rasengan, and the wind style Rasen Shuriken, Mokitan the dance of the six death sword style, and the things he learned from the academy, plus 3 more S-rank jutsu he created with the help of his uncle Rikido. His control with Kurama's chakra was also doing well. He can now call upon the seventh tail without losing consciousness. Meanwhile, Sasuke awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan on the 6th year of the academy due to the extreme training that they had. Tobi naturally took him under his wing and helped him train with the Uchiha clan jutsus and especially the jutsu for the Mangekyo Sharingan for Sasuke. So far, Sasuke can do the Kamui with a mild chakra train, while the Amaterasu trained him half of his reserves. He can, however, complete the level 1 stage of the Susanoo with only a small train of the chakra. Sasuke was 2 inches taller than Naruto. He wore a dark blue long coat and the ancient Uchiha crest on the back. On the inside, he wore the same clothes Naruto wore, except that his long sleeves were dark blue instead of black. Sasuke's long raven hair was also tied in a ponytail. When it wasn't tied, he looked exactly like Madara back when he was younger, which scared Tobi. Ironically, it was Naruto who inherited Madara's famous attitude during battle, which scared Tobi even more. Meanwhile, Hinata and Shion grew up looking identical except with their eyes and hair color. They both wore lavender clothing with a hoodie that made them look like twins. Whenever they were together, they became best friends due to them both having feelings for Naruto. And although not placed on the same team, they made a good duo whenever they battled. Hinata's affinity was water, while Shion was lightning, making their ninjutsu attacks even more dangerous. Like his friend, Lee also had long hair. His hair, however, was longer enough to reach his waist, while the end tied together, his hairstyle looked exactly the same as the males from Konoha's Hyuga clan. Lee wore samurai clothing and armor like the one his sensei Kaze wore. Under apprenticeship to the veteran samurai, Lee can now open up the 7th gates. His taijutsu techniques were strong and more dangerous due to the fact that Tsunade trained him as well. Yakumo Kurama was more confident now compared to the last time she was in Konoha. She can now alter reality into illusions with multiple layers as backup without difficulty. Yakumo was now hailed as Uzu's Genjutsu princess, with Natsuki still being the Genjutsu queen. Yakumo wore simple clothing like the ones Hinata and Shion wore. Fu, on the other hand, wore clothing that showed her fine-toned stomach. She wouldn't have to worry about her armor because of her ability to harden her skin thanks to the demon sealed inside her. Speaking of the demon, Chaomi and Fu's relationship was now stronger. Fu can now call upon the Four Tails without losing consciousness. Uzukage's office. Good morning. First of all, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for making this far. Today, you will be receiving your graduating missions. Complete this mission and you pass, fail it, then you all go back to the academy to study and train for another year. The Uzukage sat behind her desk while the graduating batch stood in front of them in attention to listen to her. The Jonin senses were also present in the office and stood beside their desk to their leader. Normally, teams would be sent on different missions to perform their tasks. This batch, however, will be sent on a single location and will have the same objectives. Your mission is to reinstate a small country from a tyrant and raise the Uzumaki flag once again in that country. In other words, you will be conquering a small country. You're going to Nami no Kuni. The time has come for Uzumaki clan to resurface from hiding. The Uzukage paused and watched the academy again, and seeing no protest or whatsoever from them, she continued. Wave country is currently ruled by a drug lord who happened to be one of the richest people in the elemental nations. The Wave was once a rich country before the lost connections to Uzu because of the Kumo Kiri Iwa alliance. The country became poor, and when Gato took over, stole the country's wealth and businesses. He was also the one behind the assassination of the Wave Daimyo and his family. Gato used the people as slaves and traded the women to other big shot syndicates. Kill Gato and his followers, destroy his bases, find the people who had been traded, and return them to Wave. Return what Gato stole, help them rebuild, and convert Wave into New Uzu's fourth city. I heard a man named Tazuna is building a huge bridge to connect Wave to Far Country. Convince him to destroy it and create a bridge connected to Wave Country. Instead, Tazuna is a childhood friend of the former Uzukage. Just let them know about Uzu's current status and you'll get the villagers. For easy. This mission is an A rank and has a high chance to become a S rank. Considering that Gato's a wealthy man, he probably has one or more S rank criminals under his payroll. So I highly advise you to review the latest edition of our bingo book. Prepare to face nukenames that can rival even an Uzumaki Chunin. Defeat them and let the rest of the world know of your strength. The time has come for the world to recognize the Uzumaki clan once again. Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto, since you are the top student of your batch, I am assigning you as the main leader of this mission, who you assign as the small teams. Captain is up to you. Use your time to talk with them and devise a plan. You have 2 days to prepare. I'm giving you a maximum of 5 months to complete this mission. May Kami bless you and your comrades. Dismissed. Naruto and his classmate bows and left the office. Their sensei, however, remained and waited for the Uzukage to speak. You will be watching them in the shadows to evaluate their performance. You are strictly not allowed to assist them during the missions unless they are in the face of death. Only when they have eliminated Gato and his followers you will show up to them and help them with the country's restoration. One day later, Uzashio Gakure Academy. Naruto was currently in front of the classroom, writing on the board. He was now briefing his classmates about the mission. Alright, listen up, Naruto said. Right after we are debriefed, before our mission, I immediately sent out 3 dozen clones to scout Wave, the area at the country last night, and started relaying information. From what they have seen, the situation is really bad. The country being guarded by criminals, so no longer a village could escape. Gato has hired the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist, as well as another S-rank criminal named Kakazu. My clones also managed to find Gato's base and some of his operations. My clones are still tracking the place where the Wave citizens were being shipped. Naruto took out a marker and began writing on the board. According to the latest edition of the bingo book, the 7 ninjas of swordsmen of the mist left and became rogue when the civil war broke out. All 7 are masters of the silent killing technique and were the strongest warriors in Kiri before they left. We wouldn't have to worry about the mist since our genjutsus are strong enough to blow it away. Our main focus now is fighting them head on. We cannot be too confident against them. The 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist are famous and feared for a reason. Jinin Akebino, the strongest of the 7, wields the Kabutowari. His weapon is a single-sided axe, chained to a hammer on the other hand. It is said that the sword can break any kind of defense. Kisame Hoshigaki, an S-rank criminal, who is also known as the Tailless Biju, wields the Samehara. The Samehara is a sentient weapon that has the ability to eat chakra and transfer it to its wielder. Kisame has chosen by the sword itself due to his very high chakra reserves. Mangetsu Hozoki, who is reputed as the second coming of the demon, can wield all 7 blades. As of now, he is currently wielding the Hiramekari. The Hiramekari is a sword that is capable of storing and emitting the user's chakra, which can then take on various forms. Kushimaru Kurirare wields the Nuibari. It is a sword that is in the shape of a needle, with a long thin wire attached to it. It can be used to pierce through victims and sew them together. Zabuzabu the first demon of the Kiri, is the one who wields the Kubi Kiri Bocho. It is a giant sword that has an ability to restore itself using the iron absorbed from the blood of those it cuts down. Traveling alongside Zabuza is a boy named Haku. Haku is the same age as us and has the Hyoton release. Like his master, he is also a Jonin level. Next is Jinpachi Munashi, who wields the Shibuki. The sword is huge and has a scroll full of ultimate explosive tags incorporated into it, lined up behind its blade. Last swordsman is Konoichi, named Ameyuri Ringo. She wields the Kiba blades, twin swords that are imbued with lightning, which increases its cutting power. Another S-rank criminal is Kakazu, who came from Taki. As we all know, Kakazu was the only assassin sent to kill Senju Hashirama and survived after the attempt. Kakazu is hailed as immortal, hence he lived up to this day. Storm operatives managed to uncover his secrets, along with the Genjutsu Earth Grudge Sphere. Kakazu uses and has 5 hearts or masks for each element, meaning he has 5 lives. His main heart is Earth and has the ability to make the other 4 hearts separate from his body and take another forms. In order to kill him completely, all 5 hearts must be destroyed before he gets the chance to find the new victim to replace and destroy his heart. These 9 are our main problems. The rest are A-rank criminals or lower that we can easily kill. When the battle commences, our first objective is to kill the other mercenaries before the 9 could respond and attack to us back. Since our class has 9 teams, I will be assigning a target for each team that matches with the enemy's abilities. Team 1 will be me, Sasuke and Hinata. We will be facing Kisame Hoshigaki since we are all heavy hitters. Team 2 will be Fu, Karin and Lee. Fu will be Team 2's captain. They will be fighting Kakazu since 2 of the other hearts can take a form that can fly. Fu will be the best match for them. She can fly while Lee takes care of the other hearts and Karin as a sword using her chakra chains to restrain the other hearts as well. Team 3 will be Tayuya, Shion and Yakumo. Tayuya will be Team 3's captain. They will be fighting Mangetsu. It will be a perfect match since the enemy is a member of the Hozuki clan, who has the ability to transform their body into water, making them invulnerable to physical attacks at times. Shion has the strong affinity to lightning, which she can use to her advantage whenever Mangetsu turns himself into water, while Tayuya and Yakumo are genjutsu users. Tayuya can use her doki for physical confrontation while still at a distance. Yakumo can put the enemy into a genjutsu, preventing him from liquefying himself. Team 4 will be the Sabuka siblings. Gaara will be the team leader. Team 4 opponents will be Jinit. Team 5 will be Seikon, Ukon, Jirobo, and Kirimaru, or as they call themselves, the Sound 4. The twins will be the team captains. The Sound 4 will be fighting Zabuza. Team 6 will be Dosu, Kin, and Zaku. Dosu will be team captain. Team 6 will be fighting against the Hyoton user Haku. Naruto assigned the remaining swordsmen to the 3 remaining teams. Team 3, 9 are immediately assist Team 2, taking down Kakazu once they have dealt with their opponents. Since wave isn't far enough, we will be entering wave in an invasion-like manner. Each team will come from a side. Once from a northeast, once from east, south, northwest, northeast, southeast, and southwest. My team will be arriving in the middle of the village. I already had my clones marked various places in the village with Harishin tags. We will attack at all once, so we will going to have to wait for the other teams to be in the positions. Kill all enemies as quick as possible. Create clones as have them escort the villagers into a safe location. Our 9 strongest opponents will be no doubt guarding Gato. They will give us the chance to kill the rest of the man's followers, leaving them the only ones in the end. Naruto took out then sealing tags and began drawing on them. After a few moments, he handed each of the classmates the seals. This is a special tracking seal I made. Activate it by applying your own blood on it. It will then dissipate afterwards. The seal will allow us to communicate with each other mentally, even on greater distances. The classmate nodded and activated their seals. Once done, Naruto nodded to the test. Alright, can everyone hear me? Raise your hands if you can. Naruto said. Everyone in the room raised their hands and got an approving nod from their mission leader. Good. We're going to one of our training grounds and have it morph into a replica of Wave Country and make an invading simulation. My clones just finished scouting the whole country and sent me the whole outline of let's move now. The class never noticed the other presence in the room, which were their senses. They were giving their nods of approval and were amazed by Naruto's quick thinking and leadership skills. Later that night, Uzushio streets, Naruto and his friends just finished their attack simulation and were heading to Ichiraku's. They were having a good time along the way. Yo, Naruto called as he entered the restaurant. Good evening, Teruchi and Aime-chan. Good evening, Naruto-kun. The usual order for you and your friends? Hi, triple the servings for me since we'll be going on a long-term mission. I won't have Ichiraku ramen for about 5 months. Alright then, please make yourselves comfortable. Tenichi said as Naruto and his friends found themselves at a table for 16. Ayame, you're free to go. Join them for dinner. Ne? The chef's daughter nodded and happily walked towards Naruto's table. She sat beside him and took out a book from her bag and started to look at Naruto expectantly. Naruto asked, "Come on, Naruto, sign it." Ayame said as she pressed the book towards the boy's chest. Heh, so did you like it? Yes, it was a great story. I hope you could write a sequel for it. At least make 3 books. Eh? If many people like the first book, then I will. Naruto promised. Alright then. Now sign this for me, please. Ayame said while pouting. Naruto's classmate watched them in confusion. Naruto-kun. What book is she talking about? Asked Hinata. Oh, this. Naruto took the book from Ayame and showed them. The book was titled The Whirlpool Princess. Everyone's jaws dropped. Sasuke was the first one to recover. Wait, you're the one who wrote this book? He said as he took out the same book Ayame had. The rest of Naruto's friends did the same and took out their own copies of The Whirlpool Princess and handed it to Naruto to sign. I didn't know you wrote this book, Naruto-kun. The story is awesome, and to think that it has been only a week since it got released. Many people have already bought it, Lee said, the others nodding in agreement. Hehe, thanks. I'm glad kind of you liked it. I didn't expect it will be this popular considering it was recently released though. You are so humble, Naruto-kun. Everybody knows you're a genius. Of course your book will be famous real fast. Now please sign our copies, Lee said excitedly. It explains why some senses in the books are familiar, Shion commented as Naruto signed his copies. How come you guys never realized? Emma said. We didn't know. Everyone said. Naruto was too busy training. I never thought he'd have the time to write a book, Sasuke reasoned. I used shadow clones while I was training, Naruto explained. Well, that explains it. Alright, here's your order. Tenoichi interrupted. Everyone's servings for ramen are here. Since it's your graduation mission, and don't worry about the expenses, it's on the house tonight. Eat and order all you can. The old man said as he placed the bowls in front of the Gannis. Oh, and Naruto-kun, let's just say I'm going to consider your autograph as payment for the meal tonight. Tenoichi said as he also took out a book of the Whirlpool Princess and handed it to the boy to sign. The Whirlpool Princess was a book written by Naruto, and he and Ayame had a conversation about him writing a book on time. He was dining at Ichiraku's. Ayame only meant it as a joke while Naruto took it seriously. The story was about an orphan girl who was treated as a para in the village she lived at. Eventually she found out that she had a living family. Through her dream, she managed to contact them. After a few days, operatives were sent to rescue her. When she got to her real home, she found out that she actually came from a royal family. There she started a new life. Naruto based the story from his real life story. He planned on writing 2 more books that will be the sequel. Now that he found out that his first book already sold many copies, he will be writing the sequel soon. The next day, Land of Waves border. We're in position, said Fu through the mental link. My team's ready to kick ass, Tayoya said proudly, earning snickers from her classmates. Team 4, awaiting orders, said Kara. Team Sound 4, ready to kick some butt as well, Sakon said. Yeah, Ukwen agreed. Calm down guys, Team 6 on position as well, said Dosu. Team 7 in position. We're good to go too. Teammate Captain nodded. Team 9 ready, sir. Alright, Naruto said. We strike in 3, 2, 1. Now! Nami no Kuni. Huge boom slash sounds were heard. Sounds of battle were heard throughout the whole land. They're coming! Prepare for battle! A mercenary bandit said before a kunai pierced through his skull. Screaming sounds could be heard. Cries of mercenaries as he got crushed and buried alive by the sand coffin. Village center. What's going on? A boy screamed while his mother hugged him in protective manner, and old man was also with them. He had an idea of what was going on, but before he could answer, there was an orange flash in front of him. Once they quickly created dozens of copies of him and began to slaughter Goddess mercenary that was near the area. Ugh. How come you and your family enjoy this sensation? I think I'm going to be sick, Sasuke said. Oh, shut up. Don't be a baby. Look at Hinata. She's fine, said Naruto. Naruto-kun, I think I'm going to be sick too. What? Excuse me. The old man coughed, gaining the attention of the newcomers. Who are you 3? Alright, I'm sorry. I'm Naruto. This is Sasuke and Hinata. You must be Tazuna. The beautiful ladies must be named Tazumi. While the kid's Inare. Yes, how do you know us? Long story. Follow my clone. He will lead you to safety and explain everything. Here's password. The whirlpool once again swirls. Tazuna at first wondered what password the boy was talking about. When he heard the phrase, he remembered and understood. Flashback. Wave country before Uzu's post-downfall. Tazuna, my friend. When the time comes, Uzushio Gakure will once again resurface from hiding. Nami will finally be one of the Uzu... one with the whirlpool. Remember the phrase, the whirlpools once again swirl. We will contact you again through that. Goodbye for now and take care, Arashida Uzukage said. Flashback and what the? Naruto thought as he sensed a very strong chakra signature. Naruto, that chakra! Kurama warned. You guys need to go, now! Naruto told the family. Please follow me, the clone said. A moment later, after thousands of family left, a blue creature appeared in front of Team 1. So you are the upstarts that killed the other mercenaries. Not that I care of them. Say hello to Samehara, said Kisame. Kisame Hoshigaki, monster of the hidden mist, or also known as tailless beach because of your huge chakra reserves, wielder of Samehara, mother of Fuguki, who was the previous wielder of the sword, former member of Kirigakure's 7 ninja swordsmen. You are also wanted for murdering your teammates back during a mission, Naruto recited. Well done, kid. You've done your research, the new nin said mockingly. Naruto did not respond, but instead told his teammates to scatter. So you brats want to play now, huh? Initiate level 1 attacks. Let's see first how this guy moves. Ordered Naruto. Hinata and Sasuke nodded. The three then began launching waves of kunai, sandballs, and throwing star shurikens at Sharkman. Kisame dodged, parried, and evaded the waves of deadliest weapons. They continued for 3 minutes. Level 2, go, Naruto said, through Link. The three then launched before waves of the projectiles and explosive attacks attached to them. The nucleus was now started to get annoying. Is that all you got? Your brats are annoying. Level 3. Now, as Hinata and Sasuke both nodded and waving hands as fire style, fireball jutsu, water style, water ball jutsu, lightning style, lightning ball jutsu, water style, water torrent, as the jutsu were called. Naruto simply held out his hand. From his sleeves came out dozens of origami foxes with sharp fangs and wings. The foxes headed straight towards the target. Kisame simply smirked as he dodged and countered the 4 jutsus, and easily using his own jutsu as if Pepper Fox nearly himself. He simply raised Samehara to destroy them. However, he did not expect them to be explosive as well. His clothes got stringed and the sleeves got tighter in pieces. You got it, you gone and done it now, kid. I'm going to enjoy killing you, growled Kisame. Remember, never let him get near you. The sword of his will drain your chakra, Naruto warned. Hi, replied both Sasuke and Hinata. For the next 5 minutes, Kisame tried to slice the three, but always ended up killing a lightning clone or an explosive clone. His clothes were now in tatters, while the three remaining unscratched. Naruto had his idea of creating dozens of clones and taking the forms for him. Sasuke and Hinata, whenever they are about to get hit, they will substitute themselves with one of the hidden clones. They were scattered and hidden in the battlefield and got hit by Kisame's instead. Time for the real fun. Initiate level 4 attacks. Now! You brats sure know how to fight against someone who wields Samehara, Kisame commented as he watched the three warily. He was startled when the boys vanished and reappeared to the sides, attempting to slice him. Sasuke now had his katana out and cocked out in lightning chakra, while Naruto had his bow staff coated with wind chakra blades. The three battled with their weapons for about 7 minutes. While the battle, Hinata used the Jukin to seal off the Nuclean's chakra points whenever Kisame was too busy defending himself from Naruto and Sasuke, or both. Also during the battle, Naruto could not help himself but get more and more excited. Kurama felt this and realized her host might soon go all out. Hehehe, you're good. Definitely live up to your title, Naruto laughed. He mentally ordered Sasuke and Hinata to stay back as he sealed his bow staff. He unsealed his 6 swords. He threw them to the air and caught them in a dance of 6 death stance. Let's dance, Naruto said, sending chilling upon Kisame's spine. Sasuke then realized that this was the thing to be feared about the blondie. Right now, Naruto was about to have a Madara moment. Team 2 POV. Fu, Lee, and Karin were doing fine with their battle earlier. Lee managed to destroy the Nuclean's water heart. About 7 minutes after that, they started fighting. Kakazu made the mistake of underestimating his opponent and cost him 1 life. Another reason was because of his mind being too focused on about Gato and the money he will be receiving once he deals off with the weaklings, quote unquote. Right now, Lee was battling against the lightning heart, while Fu fought against the wind heart. Karin held the fire heart at bay with her chakra chains while also keeping Kakazu's main body, which had the earth heart, from interfering. This is taking too long. We haven't been able to destroy another's heart for almost 20 minutes now, Lee thought as he dodged the chain of lightning bolt. Lee, Karin, we need to take this to the next level, Fu said as she flew after the wind heart while also dodging wind cannons. Right, nodded Lee. Understood, Karin said. Charming, let's do this. Right, tail beast mode, version 2. yelled both Cham and Ru. Ah! Lee yelled as he stopped attacking and went into stance. Calm and Kai, gate of opening, release. Gate of healing, release. Gate of life, release. Kyochise no Jutsu, proclaimed Karin as she bit her thumb and slammed to the ground. Red chakra flowed out of Fu's body and later got completely covered by it. Fu was now standing on 4 as her 7-tailed chakra waved freely. Meanwhile, Lee was now covered by our orange aura. His once black, straight hair now looked spiky and orange. Orange lightning crackled around him as he channeled more chakra. On the other hand, Karin was now standing atop of a red dragon. Attack! Fu commented. Team 3's PB. Haha, take that shithead. Tayuya screamed as her doki smashed their targets. Team 3 was now dominating the battle against Mangetsu. With the combination of Yakumo and Shion's attacks, the swordsman water form became useless. He now had no choice but to fight in solid form. Earlier they were on the losing ground as Hozukis relentlessly attacked them, giving them no time to coordinate attacks. The table turned when Yakumo successfully managed to capture Mangetsu on a genjutsu even a short time. The short moment gave them the opportunity to proceed with their planned attack. Yakumo repeatedly casted the burning coffin burial against the swordsman, restraining his movements. Mangetsu would morph his whole body into water to extinguish the flames. However, Shion would simply bombard him with lightning jutsus. Since they fought on water, lightning jutsu's damage increased drastically. Earlier, Mangetsu thought that he would easily overpower Team 3 as their battle terrain was on a lake. He now realized that his opponents really did prepare for him. Mangetsu smiled as he slowly fell. He congratulated the three before defeating him and apologized to them for underestimating them earlier. Sugetsu, avenge your brother, were his last words. The three nodded and sighed in relief as they finally defeated the swordsmen. Tayuya took out the 2 scrolls and sealed Mangetsu's corpse and in one and Hiramekari in the other. Just then they felt a disturbance in the atmosphere. It seems that Lee activated the inner gates. Fu, gone into Tails Beast mode. Since I sense demonic chakra, I can also sense dragon fire. Karin must be summoned her partner. Team 2, going all out. We need to assist them. Let's move, Tayuya commented. Team 4 Spear, we must hurry. Fu's going into Tail Beast mode. Already, Gaara told his siblings through the mental link. This guy is too strong. He even managed to destroy my puppets. A winded conqueror said. The swordsman no joke. He even made me use up my fans to 5th moon, replied Tamari. I can still use the broken limbs to attack him. Tamari, I'll combine my poison darts with your wind jutsu. I got it, Tamari replied as she now opened her fan, only showing 7 moons. You got 5 seconds attack while I distract him with my sand, Gaara said as he raised his arms and formed sand spikes and sent them flying towards their opponent. Collaboration technique. Poison wind blades, Conqueror Tamari said at the same time. The girl did a 1008-degree spin and released hundreds of giant wind blades. The puppet user released all poison darts and had them fly alongside his sister attacks. Due to the strong wind, the poison dart speed increased drastically. Jinin was unable to dodge the barrage of attacks and had to use Kabutowari to deflect the darts. His efforts were in vain, as he still got pierced by dozens of poison darts. The swordsman's movement became sluggish until he became totally still. Damn it, I got defeated by brats. No, this poison is nothing. I still can fight. Jinin thought as he channeled more chakra to nullify the efforts of the poison. You'll have to do better than that. Ah! Surely but slowly, he once again began to move. He charged towards the nearest target, who was the red-haired boy. Let me out, Chaumis. Out. Let me out too. Whined Chikaku, sounding like a child, in which of course he was. At least in one tail beast terms. He was his youngest, with Kurama being the oldest and eldest. Fine, finish this guy already so we can help the other two. Gaara replied as the swordsman neared. Red chakra poured out of the redhead's body, encasing him with it. As Jinin raised the Kabutowari to pummel the boy, a singular tail of chakra grew from the boy's back. Gaara simply raised his arms and held the enemy's blade at the blunt side. Wrong choice of target, Gaara told the swordsman, making his eyes widen in fear. That's chakra. It's like the Yondai Mizukage's. Correct. Any last words? Ah, die, demon! Jin screamed as he applied more force to bring this weapon down. Gaara merely redirected the attack and tossed his opponent like a ragdoll. Due to his current mode, his strength and power greatly increased. Jin was sent crashing towards the tree. Due to the force of it, he got broken ribs and a dislocated leg. In the process, one rib pierced through the lung, making his breathing difficult. He tried to stand up but couldn't. That he could not as his sand quickly wrapping around his body. The sand continued to cover him until it was only his face that was visible. Grand sand burial. But the last words he heard before he left the world of the living. Team 4 waited for a whole minute before Gaara released Jin's broken body from the sand prison. He took out the two scrolls, sealing the corpse into a one, that Kapatawari to the other. Let's go, Team 2 requires our assistance. Team 1 POV. I'm going to have shark sushi tonight. Naruto laughed maniacally as he continued to battle with Kisame. During their dance, Naruto already managed to inflict dozens of large and deep gashes to the swordsman. Kisame was dumbstruck with the boy's style of genjutsu. When their swords dance began, he tried to keep up with the boy, but found that he could not, as he found no patterns with the boy's attack. To his persistence trying to read the boy's movements, he received cuts and rewards. Naruto came at Kisame, spinning while the Sharkman kept up. The swordman saw a slash aimed at to decapitate him and raised his Samehara. The blonde saw, of course, noticed this and changed his direction of his spin. He instantly spun upwards and successfully cut off Kisame's arm. Ah, you brat! Kisame howled as he disengaged and jumped backwards. He mentally sighed in relief when the boy did not come after him. This is not good. I'm going to end up dead if I keep fighting head on. Lost against the blondie kid alone. If the two decides to assist, I'm done for, he thought as he gritted his teeth. Naruto noticed that the swordman's eyes looking at all directions. He's planning something big. Right to his thoughts, he saw Kisame's chest swell up as he gathered chakra immediately. He mentally warned Hinata and Sasuke to get some safe distance. Suiton, Bakush, Suishohaha, water release. Exploding water collide wave. Kisame spit out a great volume of water from his mouth, swallowing up and crushing the entire battlefield. The waves advanced towards Naruto and his teammates. When the waves died out, Naruto looked around, found the landscape devastated and turned into a lake. He immediately looked for his teammates. He could not find Kisame. Hinata-chan, are you alright? Naruto asked in concern as he held up the gun. I'm okay, Naruto-kun. Sasuke? The blonde asked his best friend. I'm fine. What do we do now? Naruto closed his eyes and felt his surroundings. He opened them once again to pinpoint Kisame's location. He headed to the Team 2's location. Let's go! Naruto mentally informed them before he took off and chased after the monster of the mist. Sasuke and Hinata were a bit startled when Naruto spoke to them mentally. Hinata subsequently activated her Byakugan and found the squad of Kiri Anbu nearby. Watching, she mentally informed Sasuke, who had a confused look on the face, and followed their leader. Yo, Naruto, are we really letting those Kiri Anbu live to tell the tale? Sasuke caused and caught the blonde up. Yes. Naruto replied simply. Sasuke looked confused and went silent as they headed towards the two battlefield. After a minute of silence, the raven-haired boy started to laughing. I get it. Ha ha ha. Get what, Sasuke-kun? Your Uchiha friend has finally lost it. He's gone mad like his sensei. I wouldn't be surprised if he started talking in the third-person view. Kurama told Naruto, making sweater. Naruto, you mofu. Ha ha ha. Finally understood now, have you? Naruto was smirking. Yeah. So that was why you told us to stand down. You fought one-on-one against Kisame to show those Kiryan with your skills. Sasuke thought Hinata finally understood what the boy laughing about and remembered Naruto saying something about him wanting to be put in the bingo book. So that was why you told him your full name during the battle. Yes, Naruto replied. They'll report this incident to the Mizukage, of course. Y'all already knew about this going to happen. Those Kiryan who were supposedly sent to hunt down Kisame and retrieve Samehara. Sasuke and Hinata nodded in understanding and continued when the chase were near. It would seem that Kisame had joined the battle against Team 2. Naruto said with heightened his senses and felt his surroundings. He felt 21 other chakra signatures approaching. Team 3 to 9 have defeated their opponents and are heading to the Team 2 as well. Team 2 PF, damn it, the shark guy is annoying, Karin said as she, Fu and Lee regrouped. Earlier before Kisame arrived, Fu managed to destroy Kakazu's wind heart. Thanks to her Tail Beast mode, version 2, Lee also managed to kill the Lightning Heart, use of Revert Lotus. Karin and her Summon Dragon were about to destroy the Fire Heart, but were taken by surprise when Kisame joined the battle. Karin momentarily dispelled her summon, while she had her teammate planned for another approach. Brats are good, I give you that, Kisame said. Kakazu said as he stood beside Kisame. Team 2 did not respond but smirked instead as Teams 3 to 9 finally arrived at the scene. The two nukes surrounded it. At moments later, one also jumped down. Yo, Uzumakis, I really are a pain. I will back and feed you all to Samehara. I'm going to hunt you all down when you all have your bounties on your head. Kakazu promised as he recalled his Fireheart back to your body. Uzumaki no me cousin Naruto. I'll have your arm back, and I will come for you. Kisame sounded. Katon. Fire release. Intelligent hard fork. Suiton. Water release. Exploding water colliding waves. Kakazu and Kisame both called out their jutsu. Kakazu produced a huge firestorm while combining the attack with Kisame's. A heavy connection of steam covered the area, causing every sense to be blocked. When they finally got ready of the smoke using wind jutsu, Kakazu and Kisame were gone. Naruto, being the strongest sensor of the group, performed his half-mile scan and found no signs of their weapon. Damn it, they escaped. I believe those two worked together. The way they regarded each other, they seemed like to be partners. Karen informed her teammates. They did not care about the other swordsmen dying. That could be troublesome. Thanks for that information. Anyway, my clones have captured Gato. Let's go. Wave Village Central area. Naruto and his classmates found Gato in the middle of the stage. The clones and their villages went out their anger towards the gangster and took turnings, beating him up. Naruto walked towards the stage, Gato shaking, looking at him. Please, I'll pay you. Lots of money, just let me live. I don't do business with dead people, Naruto said as he borrowed Sasuke's katana and used it to hack off the old fat man's head off. Later that night, Nami no Kuni held out a celebration as they were finally free from the Kato's rule. With the help of Tazuna, Naruto explained to the villagers their mission. The people wholeheartedly accepted them and were now sworn to secrecy that very same night. Wave Village officially became New Uzushigakure's fourth city. The Jonin senses finally showed up and congratulated their students for doing a great job. Now they will focus on rebuilding the village and turning it into a prosperous country under the Uzumaki flag. They already informed the Uzukages of the students victorious against the Gato and his army's tail. Now they are going to rebuild while remaining vigilant in case more enemies show up and try recapturing Wave. As this is where I'm going to be leaving off this part, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out. Peace.